Welcome to Heavy Sweater Podcast. My name is John King. Back at it again this week, this time in fucking lockdown. This was recorded last Monday, so just before the Brisbane lockdown happened and then the extension. But yeah, today's guest is Ashley Lowe of Isolation and Crave Death. And this is a fucking sick episode. Probably one of my favourites. It's great. Just like good conversation. But yeah, we get into Ash's beginnings and his being in Lifeblood and his love for death metal, as well as starting Isolation and the recording process for their new EP, This World Grows Cold. And that's available wherever you listen to music. Go check it out. And how he got into Crave Death. And you can check out Crave Death wherever you listen to music as well. And they also have a killer live set on 586's YouTube channel. It's fucking good shit. So sit back and enjoy. It's Wednesday and you know what that means. Hey man.
Hey, what's happening?
Not much. So we'll get straight into like everything and music for you as a whole, and the first heavy band you remember listening to.
Like how heavy are we talking?
Anything.
Blink-182
Okay.
was, cool. Yeah, like
The beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah. What era? Like Enema of the State.
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah, I was crazy young. I was
yeah.
like 5.
Okay. Fine.
And-
Whoa.
Yeah, my brother's a lot older than me, and he
Okay.
skated.
Yeah.
So-
cool. Yeah, it makes sense now. Yeah. Cool.
But I was like, just watching all the music videos on TV, like,
Yeah.
this is the coolest shit ever.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Sick. Cool. And from there, was it like Blink straight into like other stuff? Like, were they your gateway band to get you deeper down the rabbit hole of heavy music?
Yeah, so I'd say it went Blink, absolutely thrashed my cassettes of,
Yeah.
Take Off Your Pants and Jacket,
Sick.
Enema. And then sort of got into, like, we always had computers growing up,
yeah.
so I was always on little mailing lists for like music and bands like My Chemical Romance, like that, like
Yeah.
2004, like 2003,
Yeah.
like Mindless Self-Indulgence,
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Manson, that sort of era of like TRL.
Yeah. Just like Channel V, MTV, VH1,
Yep.
smashing that shit. Yeah, fuck
Yeah. That was that, like 2004, just being obsessed with bands like that, and like having so much access with the internet was like super easy because I could find bands that were super similar.
For sure, yeah.
That was my first.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Experience
Mine's
with
around the
heavy.
same time. Mine was The Used. I've gone into The Used a couple of times on this.
Yep.
How excellent they are. But like LimeWire definitely helped like expanding that like listening of those sorts of bands also is infecting your computers.
Yeah, I
Violently.
downloaded a lot of like Unwritten Law, Newfound Glory, Frenzel Rom records.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Frenzel Rom's such a deep dive as like a kid.
They're. I was just like, this band's Australian. Like,
Yeah.
holy fuck.
You were deep in the Australian music straight away.
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
Grinspoon.
Yeah, fuck
Regurgitator, like bands like that as well. Like just skate bands.
Yeah. Sick.
My brother had so many cassettes and CDs that was like I was like lucky, but also just like stuff like Channel V as well.
Yeah. I think that like around that time period definitely helped like the emo phase through pop culture, because like I remember the first time I saw AFI was through Channel V. They were playing Dancing Through Sunday, and I was just like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And then instantly just ran to my computer, LimeWire, AFI, and just downloaded heaps of their shit.
I feel bad. Like, I didn't get like into AFI till December Underground.
Okay, yeah.
So it was really hard for me to like appreciate the earlier records.
Yeah. Because that's such a drastic change.
Yeah.
Even from that Sing the Sorrow album.
Yep.
Yeah, it's so different.
So it was so hard for me to like fuck with them.
Yeah.
And like I respect them and think they're like the shit. But
Yeah, even now, they fucking still rip. Yeah.
But like December Underground was a fucking
Definitely.
constant.
Yeah.
Another band that blew my little mind was definitely From First to Last.
Yes. 100%. First to Last is so sick. And when when the Skrillex fucking shit happened, I was like, that's not Skrillex, that's Sonny Moore.
Yeah.
From first to last.
Most definitely. I was like, I liked him before he was
doing definitely. Yeah. Before he was like the most popular musician of 2009. Yeah.
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 No, it's not pretty crazy to have like two massive massive like wins in your musical career in two different genres.
Yeah, it's insane. I don't think like has that ever been done before or since.
I don't know, Morrissey doing good music and then doing crap music.
Yeah, the Smiths is so fucking good. The Smiths rip.
But he's done some rubbish music, but done some really good music. Yeah, from first to last. I'm trying to think of other bands. Just like anything that was
that emo shit.
Yeah, that emo shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I've been a music obsessive since.
Fuck yeah. Just from day one, like from Blink or like
from Blink, just like an obsessive like personality to like want to deep dive on genres and bands and like really like learn everything about them, learn everything about the bands that they're associated with.
I'm literally the same. In high school it was like, you're a freak, and I was like, no, what you don't understand is Joey Jordison in Slipknot also plays in the Motor Dolls, who has like fucking the guitar player from Static X in it, and then Wednesday 13 solo stuff. It's like, I was always that weirdo that like froth music.
And like it was good, that era was like a lot of visual stuff.
Yeah.
So like a lot of docos, a lot of music videos. I still appreciate a good music video. When people tell me they're like, I don't really like watch music videos, and I'm like, they can make a song.
Yeah.
Like if you watch a video,
definitely.
if you watch a video and it resonates with the, like makes a song more like impactful, like that's.
Especially that time period where it was like almost mini movies and storyline driven music videos.
Yeah. And then like 2007 rolls around and I find like bands like Alexis on Fire.
Oh fuck yes!
Well, I was late to the party with that band, but
same.
They ended up becoming like just a constant.
The absolute best. Yeah, I literally think that's around the same time, like when they were doing like sound waves and stuff, and like Boiled Frogs had come on the TV, and I was like, what the fuck is this band?
Yep.
Yeah, and they were an absolute game changer for me.
Like Crisis. Watch Out,
Yeah,
that record, and then like Old Crows, Young Cardinals, like
great,
just absolute banger.
Yeah,
Didn't really affect my musical, like the music I like to play.
Yeah,
like what instrument, but I just thought they were the coolest band.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, fuck yeah. They're definitely the same for me as well. Like writing now, I still listen to like Moose Blood, Alexis on Fire, The Used, like all that emo shit too, and then listen to rap music. As long as I'm creatively like in the zone of where I need to be, I can listen to whatever the fuck.
Yeah, it really sucks. I think like I like rap music a lot now, but growing up I just didn't.
Same, yeah.
It sucks.
I hated it, yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say I hated it, but I was just too busy being
just a little emo.
Yeah. Just
sick.
Flogging the classics.
Yeah, fuck yeah. And in that time period, where does like picking up an instrument for you? And is it bass first or guitar first?
It's guitar first.
Okay.
So I turned 14.
Yeah.
Legal age to get a job. And I only got a job to buy a guitar.
Fuck yeah. And what was your first guitar?
I got a Schecter.
Yes! Yeah. I've got one there.
Yeah, because
so good.
The dude at the music store, what was I looking at? I was like, I think I was looking at like Ibanez and stuff, but I was like, oh, there's too many. And he was like, no, you want this like piece of shit Schecter.
Fuck yeah. That
I think the entire time I owned it was wired really badly.
Oh, really?
Like set up really poorly.
Fuck.
But yeah, he's like, you want this? And like, bought that. I was working at Wow Sight and Sound.
Oh, fuck.
Whoa. Throwback.
Whoa.
That little retail store at 14 with like, I could not see out of my left eye because I had the gnarliest side fringe. And yeah, there was one of the guys that worked there, like sold me a little practice amp.
Okay.
And I just remember going home and just punishing my parents.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
But it's being like constantly about like wanting to learn and wanting to just play music.
Yeah, fuck yeah, that's excellent. That's so sick. And where does bass come in after that? Like not long or like a couple of years later?
I'm trying to remember what I got. I actually bought my first bass from Michael from Arbor Lane.
Okay.
local Brizzy band. And I was 17, I believe. I can't remember why I bought a bass. I just saw it on like Gumtree, and it was like $80, and I was like,
yeah,
can't say no to that.
Fuck yeah.
At that point, I wasn't really writing music. I had a guitar, and I was just riff sandwiching. Didn't really sort of learn covers. Learned like Slipknot songs.
Yeah. The classic play in the bedroom.
Yeah. But I didn't really like. I wasn't like that obsessive about it. I just played.
Okay.
Yeah. Played bass. I played in like a death metal band as a kid.
What was the name?
Band was named Lacerate.
Yes.
I played guitar.
Fuck yeah.
And then later I did vocals and bass.
Okay.
But it was because I was 17 and I had denounced all my emo music. I was like, I love death metal and just heavy music. So we were just like playing like Morbid Angel music. What other bands? Eon, Cannibal Corpse, stuff like that.
Yeah, just like brutal shit.
Just brutal shit.
Fuck yeah.
Just for the sake of being brutal.
That's excellent.
Like, but yeah, like, I think both those dudes still play in bands now.
Okay.
I want to say one of them plays in Outlive.
Okay.
And one of them plays in Upon an Empire.
Okay.
Sorry if you hear this, Trey.
And so that's where bass starts in that death metal band.
Because I couldn't play guitar and do vocals.
Yeah.
But I could play bass and do vocals.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I get that, yeah. That's fair. Fuck yeah, cool. And was that your first band?
Yeah.
You ever in?
Yep. So we never ever we took band photos. We never recorded music because we were too young and too green.
Yeah. Unaware of how to.
Yeah, and we definitely practiced in Trey's garage.
Yeah.
Like,
I've literally been there so many times. Like, in that situation of like take your band photos, practice in the garage, be like, we're just gonna do it, and then it doesn't happen.
But we were so young, we had no idea how to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
So young.
Yeah.
Like, I was going to shows and stuff, but yeah, I didn't know like you could play shows.
Yeah. That's sick. How young were you going to shows? Like, where does local shows come in for you?
God, like, I remember going to some like Fort shows and seeing like straight edge bands and being terrified for my life. Sun Distortion shows.
Okay.
When I first started going to shows, N-World was massive.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, cool.
N-World were like the biggest band ever. Bands like Plab.
Yep.
What else? North Lane in Hartsweg had done their sort of their first records. Yeah. Amity was fucking huge.
Yeah.
So was the Die Art.
Yeah. I think they've been huge for like ever.
Yeah.
Like Die Art were huge on Horde to a Chainsaw, and then
I remember like the Infinite Death stuff. I was like, holy shit, this is a bit too deathcore for me. Yeah. I was like a purist, elitist little shithead, and I was like, death metal is better than deathcore.
Yeah, I think every kid gets like that when they're like listening to their music. Like, my music is the best music,
and it sucks. I think I would have been into the local scene more if I had have. Like, I probably would have gone to more shows. Probably would have like played in bands like a little bit younger. Yeah. But I was such a purist, and I didn't really like. It sounds like sacrilege, but I didn't like In Hartsweg. I didn't like North Lane.
Yeah.
I think I liked one Amity record.
Okay.
Like.
Yeah, Amity was a band I avoided for so long just because they were so big, and I was like constantly bullied for what I liked, and then that band blows up, and everyone's like, "Have you heard of Amity Affliction?" And I was like, no, and I'm not going to listen to it because of people like you.
It was kind of like screamsy emo, so like I kind of liked it in that sense because it did throw me back, and it was like a guilty pleasure at that point listening to death metal and stuff. So I was like, oh, I kind of like it, but I don't really like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I started going to shows, and like I liked shows and I like appreciated from what they were, but not connecting as much with the local music because I was a purist was like pretty shit.
But at least you can accept that you were wrong about that now. If you like, or look back on it like you wish you weren't like that?
Half and half. It's definitely it's definitely like I love the fact that I listened to that music young, because now I listen back and I'm like, oh no, that music is still sick.
Yeah.
And it made me not want to start a cookie cutter band.
Yeah.
So
because around that time it would have been like
straight edge mosh bands.
Yeah, or the Warped Tour 2010 bands.
Yeah, like it was like there was a big mix. It was like either like you were like a have heart like, or like just the art, like the sort of the end of like the Carpathian sort of like melodic hardcore, which in hindsight, like I sweat that shit now, and went through a massive phase of it 2 years after it stopped. But that stuff was like I didn't really get it. Yeah. Once I got it, I was like, this is the best. Yeah. That we had like North Lane, Genty, Axe Effect stuff, which I was a purist. So I was like, meh. But yeah, like that was what you did back in those days musically, and I wasn't about it.
Yeah. But looking back on it, it's like cool shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
some
like
of them.
Some of them, yeah, for sure. There's always like trash bands in every genre, but yeah, pick out the good ones and go from there. And then from the deathcore band, did that play shows?
No, never played shows.
Okay, so what was the first band that played shows that you were in?
So I was like 18. I just went straight edge, just went vegan. So I was like really getting into like hardcore, chaotic hardcore bands. Like Norma Jean, Chariot, Botch, Converge, like
sick.
Like hearing Converge changed my entire life, and I was like, I want to start a band like this.
Fuck yeah.
So, like I was 17, just 18, and I put an ad on like the Brisbane band members wanted pages, and I had a cab and I had a bass, and that was it.
Okay.
So I had to borrow a head.
Yeah.
Like I was super didn't drive. Like I was 18, and I was like, I just want to do it.
Yeah.
I had like the drive.
Yeah.
Like just about to finish school, and then I started a band. Like I got people I'd never met. Like I responded to the ad, and it was like we started a band, and that band was Lifeblood.
Yeah.
And that band played shows.
Yeah. So I remember seeing Lifeblood getting around. I think it was like I just started Divide, so it was like 2016, 2017.
Yeah.
Around that time period. I think we had taken some time off to record our EP, and in that time period, Lifeblood were like doing all these shows, and I was like, whoa, this band's like fucking doing it. Like, that's sick.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely did it. I don't know what it was, but we were just playing shows.
Yeah. I think like you kind of need that first band to like play shows and be like, okay, now like once it ends, then you're like, all right, now I can do what I want to do, and now I know what I need to do to get to what I want to do.
Yeah, like it was fun. Like I was so young.
Yeah.
I was super young. So I learned a lot of things, made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
Did a lot of dumb shit. We played some cool shows.
Yeah.
I think we ever played like an international like support, which I was always bummed about. But like I don't know. I don't think we ever. Yeah, we were gonna tour, but I didn't go on that tour.
Oh.
And yeah, I like left the band like super bad terms before I was even 20. So
Okay. Whoa. And what year was that?
End of 2016.
Okay.
So was it 2017? Yeah.
Okay, so like when at the end of 2017.
Yeah, I swear I wasn't in that band for more than a year.
Hectic.
But like I started it and like
Yeah. That's crazy.
Well, we were obviously a band from like I think 2015 where we like recorded and practiced and stuff, that pre-band stuff. But yeah, I was just too young.
And that was with Dylan from Season?
Yep, Dylan from Season, Cam, Sean. Cam plays in Fromline now.
Okay, yeah.
Sean plays in Old Town. And Ronnie plays in
Season as well, I think.
Played in Season. Don't know if he does music anymore. But yeah, I learned a fuckload from that band.
For sure. Yeah, fuck yeah. And then from there you go to Crave Death.
No, so ISO first.
Isolation first?
Yeah, ISO first.
Crazy.
Just instantly the next day after like parting ways with those guys, like I was like, fuck, I need to I didn't write any music for Lifeblood.
Okay.
I was so young. I was like, I can't contribute. Like all these older like musicians are in it. I'm just gonna sit by and like not contribute. So when it was all said and done, it was like, I didn't really contribute much.
Yeah.
So I went out the next day after that, went to JB, I think, bought an interface, bought speakers, bought everything.
Just the whole deal.
Yeah. So I'm just like, I'm gonna write music.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, so I just started like straight away, got my guitar, because I had a guitar. Like I obviously still had my guitar.
The Schecter, or had you upgraded?
I think I got a Viper, like the LTD, SG shapes.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Because like Code Orange and stuff.
Oh, the best. So good.
So yeah, I got that. I got all that stuff, and I was like, dropped my guitar straight down to A sharp from C. Yeah. And I was like, yeah.
Sick. Not even set up, just tune it down.
Yeah, tune it down low. Didn't know about string gauges. Didn't know about anything.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like... And that was around the time when that happened. It was... So, like... 2017, mid-2017. So, bands like... So, Kublai was always around and they'd done tours, but they were like...
They hadn't put out that...
No, they'd put out...
Nomad.
So, before Nomad. So, it was like Guilty Dog. Like, all that stuff was like being absolutely smashed.
Yeah. That shit is still so fucking hard.
Yeah. Harm's Way had come into my life in like a massive way, like a humongous way.
Way before the Running Man.
Yeah, and like I was like Harm's Way, fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I think Knock Loose had just released Pop Culture, so like all of those bands popping off, I was like, you know what, like. As much as I love like chaotic hardcore and like mathcore, I was like, maybe I'm just gonna like, because of my musical like writing skills at that point, I was like, I can't write Dillinger music.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
write some caveman shit.
Yeah, fucking yeah. I'm gonna like write really simple stuff.
Yeah. And
like Mosh and Slow, like that first ISO record. Even the songs that didn't make that first ISO record are slow. Yeah. Like. So, like, I was just like, I'm gonna write, like, slow music. And in a short, brief period, I was with Lifeblood. We did a single with Troy Brady. Yeah. And because he was, like, vegan. And so was I. Like, we got, like, pretty chummy about food. Okay. And, like, he didn't think I was that much of an annoying kid. So, I remember when... all the Lifeblood stuff happened, he like dropped me a line saying, hey, if you ever want help or anything with another band, let me know, I gotcha. Which I was like, that's really sweet.
Yeah, for sure.
For someone like, he didn't have to reach out, like he just wanted to, and that was really nice of him to sort of drop that line. So when like I started writing more music, I really heavily involved him and said, like, if we do a record, I want it to be like with you. Yeah. And was like, nothing would like strain me from saying like I want to do a record with him. Yeah. Even though he, you know, I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I didn't know if he could do it like a heavy record. But you know, it was that respect that I had. I was like, let's do a record with him.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Which we eventually did. I think I want to say after a bunch of lineup changes with ISO, and meeting like. Jared and Mitch. We ended up like doing a record September 2017. Okay. Cool. I think. Yeah, because Jared's daughter was born.
Yeah, he did talk about that.
while we were recording. Yeah. And she turns 4 soon.
Hectic.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
And then we put out the record July 2018. Wait a little bit. Did some music videos, did some promos, like made sure we were ready as a band, like after doing it. Yeah. But yeah, that was my first like band that I wrote for.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Like entirely, and it was really nice.
Yeah, sick. And you'd be like creatively fulfilled wholly, like doing it all you.
Yeah. Like it was good.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck yeah. I think like it sounds like learning from all the guys in Lifeblood would have definitely helped when it came time for you to be like, all right, I'm going to write my own stuff. What was it like when I was in there and they were doing it, and then taking that knowledge and using it to further what you were doing?
I really knew that I never wanted to be in the position again where like I didn't have a say.
Yeah.
And like not to sound bitter, but I didn't feel like I was so young and so like it was their music, so I was like, oh, I don't really have a say.
Yeah.
But like, you know, growing up and then doing it myself, I was like, oh, like, you know, I've got more of a input, and like makes you more passionate about what you're doing as well.
Definitely.
So.
Yeah, and then Crave Death comes after that.
Yeah, so it goes like we did pretty well. Like Isolation in our first 4 months did really well. Like I think at least.
Yeah.
Like we played lots of good shows.
Heaps of good shows. Yeah.
Heaps of good shows. Had really good trajectory. People liked the record. We started playing shows in July, but instantly went back into the studio to do a single.
Okay. Yeah.
Straight away.
Yeah.
I don't really know why we did it.
Okay.
But we just did. We were like, we must like do more music.
Yeah.
Like in hindsight, I wouldn't have gone and just done a single and was like, this is the single. I would have maybe like brought more songs and worked more stuff out. But Mind State's still like a really cool song, and ended up putting that out in January 2019.
Okay.
Which like that was really good for us.
Yeah.
I think we played.
Is that when like the Knock Loose Jesus Piece shows were coming on?
That was full 365 days later.
Okay,
Yeah,
so that would have been like when you were playing with Universes and stuff.
Yep, Universe. Did like a support for like Harm's Way, which was very, very like very cool. But that happened, and just playing so many shows, I got to meet so many cool people, and ended up meeting Candace, who's the like vocalist for Crave Death.
Yep.
And absolutely love them because they were that perfect blend of like hardcore and death metal, like Jabalba, like Caveman.
Yeah.
I thought they were the like sickest band and saw them play like a bunch of times, and like always thought they were great. I met Candace, who's like an absolute legend, and I think they had a lineup issue, and then she messaged me, and she was like, "Hey, because I was playing bass for ISO at that point, so I did all the guitar writing. Just to preface, I did all the guitar writing in ISO, but I never played guitar live because I was scared of playing. I don't know. I had we had a guitarist at that point, and I just was like, because I played bass in Lifeblood, I was like, I can just play bass. Yeah. In ISO, it'll be fine. Yeah. So I was playing bass for Crave. So no, they asked me, and they're like, hey, do you want to play a show? Like, we need to fill in. And I was like, sweet. Who is it? And they were like, it's Terror and Stick to Your Guns. Fuck. Sold out show at the Bright Side. And I was like, no worries. That's in like 11 days. Yeah. Hectic. So I really put my musical hat on and completely ignored my job and my partner for the next 11 days and just learned everything I could. Yeah,
for sure. Like on a bill with those two bands.
Yeah, like two of my like favorite like massive bands. I was like, oh my god. And like just learning off like videos that like Tom had sent me of him playing. Yeah. And like I'm not like, especially back then, like definitely wasn't as musical and like wasn't that quick to learn. But like I don't think I've ever been more nervous. I don't really get nervous for shows, but definitely playing with like Terror and Stig on no practice. Yeah. First show of the band was terrifying. Yeah, I can imagine. I want to say I had 1 or 2 practice with the band beforehand.
That's wild. That is insane.
Definitely stuffed up that night. I definitely didn't play as good as I could, but like just had a lot of fun.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
And then like, so that was January 2019. Okay. Crave kept getting shows. ISO, we went to North Queensland. Yeah. Did it up there. That was my last time playing bass for ISO. Okay. We had a lineup change after that, so changed up lineup. Just took a little bit of a break because we did go pretty hard and fast for like that first 9 months of being a band. So like, oh, you know, like switched around members. Took about 6 months off.
Okay.
But in that time period, I toured with Crave, like a lot, played so many shows. So I was musically like definitely fulfilled.
Yeah.
Like in that time period.
Yeah.
Like with another band, but still like obviously focusing on ISO and like moving into the role of guitar player for that band, new members, etc. But yeah, that was the end of 2019.
Okay. Wild.
Yeah.
Just before COVID.
Just before Rona. Yeah. And then got to play like a handful of shows. Started 2020, did Invasion. Got some cool shows in Brizzy.
Yeah.
And then the world went
to shit.
Yeah,
and still is. Cool. Well, that's sick that like in that 6 months you take off in isolation to prep that band into its next stage. You will still fulfill musically through Crave Death, and I'm assuming the writing fulfillment comes purely in isolation, and Crave Death is the playing fulfillment when isolation isn't doing things.
Yeah, like I don't do any writing in Crave Death. Like I could try.
Yeah.
I could probably do it. But I like absolutely love what Dylan and Tom and Lockie and Candace do. Like, and I'm happy to give advice. I'm happy to pre-pro, like record them.
Yeah.
But I love like, especially like Tom and Dill, I love what they do.
Yeah.
So like I'm not.
Yeah. It's also like that's their style based on those two like writing techniques, and if you were to, it could come across a bit isolation-y.
Yeah. I think I've done like one song that's somewhere, and like it's never not been released. It's definitely not been released. But I remember I wrote a song, and we were all vibing. And the next day, Dylan messaged me. He's like, "Sounds like an ISO song." But yeah, I get so much fulfillment playing live with Crave, and like definitely missed it heaps.
Yeah. Are they doing anything coming up?
I only saw Candace for the first time in like 18 months. This week.
Okay.
But we've written heaps of songs.
Okay, cool.
And stuff. So
eventually. New Crave Death. Cool. And what is your writing process with isolation? Because I spoke to Jared a bit about it, and he said that you write all of it and have a hand in lyrics, and it's all pretty collaborative once you're in the studio.
Yeah, no. It's never like, I've never tried to be like I write it all sort of thing, but like where we're at the moment, like I guess what I'm writing is the guys don't mind. Yeah. They're like, this is sick.
It's not that you're against other people, right?
No. If someone bring a song and it was like, bring it to to Troy's, bring it to Pre-Pro, bring it there, and it was like of the same level, it goes. Like, it definitely gets put on wax. Yeah. Like that's just how it goes.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Like, no, I'm definitely not like, well, I'm not a control freak. I don't want
yeah, no, definitely not.
Yeah, like it's as much of everyone else's band as it is mine.
A collaborative effort. Yeah. Completely. And I think that's the best thing for bands. Like, once someone's like, no, it has to be my way, it kills any momentum.
No, because like, it's a joint effort. We're all, it's
working together.
It's a big fam. 100%. But in like a weird way, like I've just sort of like clicked in with how I write music, and the other members do like what they hear. Yeah. So it's never really been brought up to bring someone else in. Like I don't get writer's block. I don't really struggle with writing at the moment.
Okay, cool.
I sort of just flow and I will sit there and write for hours. Like I will just write.
Pump them out.
Just pump out.
Fuck yeah.
I like, I'm not trained at all to write music.
Fuck yeah.
But it's like, if I like what I hear and like it sort of sounds like us, and like it takes influence from all the music we've been talking about, like I'm like happy with it.
Fuck yeah. Excellent.
Like I don't want to pigeonhole us and say like we're this sort of, like we have to write like this and you have to sound like this. Yeah. If it sounds good and all the members like it, that is all that matters.
100%. Yeah, because like you dictate the sound of your band. as a band, like the whole band dictates the sound of a band.
100%.
Yeah. Well, like if it's like we want to be this, and then you write like that, it just gets convoluted, and you become a parody of a better band.
100%. Like we've never ever, like I can happily say, we've never sat down and been like, let's rip this song off. Let's rip this off. Like the most influence, like I guess, was when we got a new drummer, and the drummer was like, let's put blast beats in.
Yeah.
As something, as a technique that I've never put in music before. Yeah. Like I was excited, and I was like, let's put some blast beats in it. And I was like,
the death metal lover in UK.
Yeah, I was like, let's do that. But other than that, like we just, for me, I just write in the same tuning.
Yeah.
I'm pretty stubborn in that sense. I write in the same tuning that we were when we started.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if it sounds good, I'm happy.
Yeah.
And I definitely think creatively, like we try to have a consistent sound because we do trim the fat. There are some songs that do sound a little different.
Yeah.
And some songs
I heard about one of them, the more gothy one.
That was cool.
Yeah, I was like, I kind of want to hear that.
That was a really cool song. That was very Typo Negative influenced.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Like very ambient and weird, which is like definitely something we're gonna do again, because especially for Jared and myself, like gothy weird music is like.
Yeah, we talked about that in his one.
Yeah, nice.
The Murder Dolls, because we both froth Murder Dolls.
Yeah, I never really clicked with like the Murder Dolls, but
yeah.
I loved Typo Negative.
Yeah.
And I love like country, like weird like alt country.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Like what?
Like King Dude is like.
I've literally never heard of that in my entire life.
Yeah, like some Tom Waits stuff, even like Nick Cave, like.
Nick Cave's pretty sick.
Yeah, like just weird eerie stuff. So like it clicks in with like the Typo Negative stuff as well.
Yeah. Monotone, like doomy.
Yep.
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Even doom metal, like definitely listen to like a hell of a lot of that, and like anything weird. Like I love Gojira, and some of their like they have some really weird like ambient, like almost like you're playing in a church sort of things.
Okay.
So don't ever rule out ISO doing like
some weird stuff.
Weird stuff.
Cool, fucking weird stuff is sick. Weird is rad. I've heard about the recording process through Jared.
Yep.
As well, and you took heaps of time off to just smash out the new Isolation EP, This World Grows Cold.
Yep. Yeah, we did.
Which fucking rips.
Oh, thanks, man.
It's fucking sick.
Thanks.
When it came out, I hit Jared up straight away. I was like, this fucks. Like,
oh,
this is sick.
That's so nice to hear people that you like it.
Yeah. I think I said to him in his episode that it's my favourite Australian release of the year. And probably would be like up there for all releases, but God's Hate's new album is...
God's Hate's the best one.
Fucking sick.
Yeah, God's Hate's album is album of the year.
Yeah, God's Hate by God's Hate.
We're number one in violence.
It's so fucking good.
It's a good one.
Yeah, they crush.
If Speed do an EP this year also, that would be pretty sick.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, Speed are really good. Yeah, the recording process for This World Grows Cold was freaking amazing. Went up, just did it with Troy again, but I took time off, so Jared quit his job.
Yeah.
Gets to quit his job because he's the best. I took time off because I had time off available, and my partner's amazing and didn't mind picking up the extra housework, but there was a lot of nights that I stayed up, you know. So Troy's place is in the Glasshouse Mountains, which is not close to anything.
Nope. I used to live up near there.
Yeah.
It's very far.
And we live in the city, so there's like a lot of times where you would just crash and stuff, like on the couch. But went up there with like 9 songs, I think, and just worked with him. Like, he's definitely not an engineer in the sense of he'll just press record. Like, he's definitely gonna he's gonna be like, this is good, or this is good, and he's just open. He's just like
involved in the process.
Yeah. And like so lucky to have him on board, because he's just like always shows up stoked, always positive. Like he's he's real. He'll tell you like you suck. Yeah. Which like when I was younger was awesome, because it like made me want to be better. But like he just wants us to do the best record we can and doesn't let us get in the way of us.
Yeah.
So the process is fucking amazing.
Yeah,
like
fuck yeah.
he's the best producer in Brisbane.
Sick. I think that's good for him to like be sort of like the behind driving force, because sometimes you can get too close to your own project and
I could never DIY anything.
Yeah.
I got that imposter syndrome where I'm like, this sucks.
Yeah. I feel like you need it though. Like as a musician, you have to be like, is it really good, or do I just think I'm good?
Let's be real. If I didn't have someone that was like him, like that was working with us, I'd be like, this sucks, bin.
Yeah.
This riff garbage, bin.
Yeah.
But it's basically he takes it away from me and doesn't let me bin it, and then he's like, yeah, you got to put this out now. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Salty about like not wanting to.
I'm like, this still sucks.
Yeah.
But because it's like he's helped the process go along, it gets past like that perfectionist to like, it's not good enough.
Yeah.
It's it's good enough for now, and then do another record later. It's like the mentality you got to have with it.
Yeah. Because I sit on riffs, I'm like, that's cool, and I come back to it a week later, I'm like, that's trash. Like, start again, bro. Like,
I'll sit on a song like no lie, I'll sit on a song for max 6 months.
Okay.
And it will go. Like if it doesn't, like the band has to like tear it out of my hands, and they're like, we got to put lyrics and we got to send it off, because if it's not done in that time period, I'm like, this sucks. Bin.
Yeah. So you got to be saved from yourself. With
Yeah. Like it took a long time to stop deleting music and like trying to keep it so that we had heaps of music. It's just it's like a blessing and a curse.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. If I ever get like that, I'm like, what can I steal from this song and put it in somewhere else? It's like cooler. Yeah, so I end up with like 16. I'll like cut them down to 4. I'm like pretty happy with that. Well, we've been running for like 40 minutes, and we'll get into your top 5 favorite bands of all time, and you can go into details on like why and favorite albums.
Oh man,
and everything.
It's tough.
Yeah, it fucks people up.
Number one's easy though.
Okay.
Number one's Converge for sure, because they're the best.
Any favorite album?
All of them.
All of them. Entire discography.
It's hard. Like I want to agree that they get better with every record.
Okay.
Like I kind of think that, like, and that's how they think as well. And I love that mentality of like not being like, our old shit's good. It's like the new shit's great too.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
Jane Doe is such a sonic like classic, and it's what got me into them.
Fuck yeah.
And I have it tattooed on me, and like it's amazing. All We Love We Leave Behind, like their record is sonically phenomenal, and like sad, but also it's like they're somehow the saddest band ever, and their lyrics are perfect, but they're also like the heaviest, most aggressive, raw, chaotic, and I like sweat the production, like every part of Converge for me is perfect. Vocally, bass, it ticks everything. Drums are crazy,
sick,
guitar, and they're a 4-piece, so fucking sick. Okay, second band, probably Gojira, because they constantly blow my mind with how like when people talk about bands being, oh, they sound huge. Yeah. Like, and you listen to it, you're like, yeah, it's good. It's great. But like that band sound like they're in a stadium every time you listen to them.
I think they're getting the recognition they deserve more now than they did before. Like, I think when they first came up, it was like around the time of Bullet and Trivium, or like the 2 big bands in metal. So Gojira were kind of like overlooked for a long time.
And because they're weird.
Yeah.
Because they put whale noises and like tribal like drum patterns and like weird shit that they were overlooked because they weren't just like a metal band. Okay,
so they could be like compared to like a Sepultura of the 90s metal bands.
Yeah.
Like everybody's frothing Korn and Slipknot, but Sepultura are doing like all this crazy shit.
Sepultura are way better than Korn. I'm just like, I like Korn, but
yeah. You want some weird shit? Go down Sepultura.
Sepultura are fucking awesome. But yeah, Gojira just like, and then I saw them live, Soundwave 2013, 2014, and just blew, like they were playing like a small stage, and like Phil Anselmo just finished playing a down set that sucked. And then Gojira get on this little stage beside him, and they are fucking huge.
Who else was on that year?
Mastodon played after them.
Okay.
Baroness, Satyricon. Who else? Oh, maybe Avenged Sevenfold, but I didn't see them. I literally just went for Gojira. I went for one band. Oh, I saw Satyricon. I was like, yeah, black metal. I saw Baroness as well.
Okay.
I'm a big Baroness fan.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah, I saw Gojira, and I was like, this is the best. And then I went home, which was great.
Sick.
Oh, maybe Green Day played. I don't know.
That one. Okay, I went to that one too.
Okay.
Yeah, I spent a bunch of time at those two smaller stages because it was like AFI.
Oh no, sorry, I did see AFI.
Yeah, they fucking ripped that
Yeah,
set.
it's
It was
like
so
AFI.
good.
And there was AFI. I see Yellow Card play.
Yeah,
No, was Yellow Card?
Zebrahead.
Zebrahead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Zebrahead played, and that's a flashback.
Yeah.
That was cool.
I think from then I went and watched Fucked Up for a little bit because they were on there as well.
Sick. I don't think I was into Fucked Up at that point.
I wasn't either. I was just like, this guy has no shirt on.
Yeah.
And then like
that would have been a sick band to
it
see.
was pretty fucking sick. And then I think Lagwagon also played.
Yeah, definitely not a fan.
Yeah, I was like, nah, and then I went upstairs and watched Dream on Dream and Ghost Inside, Motionless in White.
Yeah, true. Ghost Inside played that year.
Yeah.
Hectic. I
It
know.
was fucking awesome.
I want to say Him played that year.
They actually did, yeah, and
Why-
I regret not going to
Why
that.
did I not go to that? Because Him are amazing.
They are incredible. Him are fucking so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him are fucking...
Underrated.
I'm going to listen to them on the drive
fuck
home.
yeah. They are incredibly underrated as a band.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Yeah. Kill your loneliness.
Everything, just all of it. It's so good.
Yeah.
But his solo stuff sucks.
I wouldn't listen.
Yeah.
Is he still fucked up on drugs and stuff?
I'm not actually.
If he's sober, I'm not about it.
Yeah. You want him fucked up.
I want him fucked up,
Yeah.
almost dead.
Like
Like,
Viva La Bam all the time.
yeah, I want him like too many cigarettes,
Yeah,
fucked up.
Yeah, sick. But the other guys are in another band called I can't actually remember what they're called, but they're real like 80s rock.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Sick. Yeah, I'm definitely listening to him on the drive
Yeah.
home. If you don't like him, you're a fucking poser. Like, get ears.
Yeah, him fucking rips so hard. Cool, so Gojira and Converge.
Converge. Third would be Johnny Cash.
Okay.
Yeah.
More Doom.
Yeah, more just depressing.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Real, like, lyrics, music, just made me the melancholy, you know, not even sad, but just like real nihilist human being that I am.
Sick.
He was just so real. Like,
Yeah.
he just sung about, like, I don't know, like he definitely had some funny, like he dipped his toes into funny. His gospel era sucks shit. But like if you go like his during war, post-war, like sort of like the 60s, like super early 60s,
Okay.
even late 50s stuff, he's just a sad young man.
Yeah.
And he's just like in love, but he's like doesn't know how to like express his emotions, and I fuck with that.
Sick.
Like,
Just sad boy before sad boy. Was
yeah,
funny.
he was just, and like his musicality was like fantastic.
Yeah.
Anything like any Sun, like any I want to say Sun Records. It might be, I think it's Sun Records. Any Sun Records, Johnny Cash, I'm all about. And then obviously like the last years of his life, all the America stuff.
Yeah.
He did come back after he stopped talking about Jesus a lot.
Was that like when he put out the 9 Inch Nails cover?
Yeah. So that was like the last couple of stuff he did, but that was great. But when he stopped doing coke and he found Jesus, was like,
You don't fuck with that.
nah, don't fuck with that.
Yeah.
The running theme is you got to be fucked up.
I think it's like, I don't even think it's the being fucked up. I think it's they're in their most raw emotional state.
Yeah,
that
he
they're
was-
creating the best art.
He was so vulnerable.
Yeah.
And like, his lyrics hit so hard.
Yeah.
Like, I could listen to Johnny Cash all day, every day. He's just I just get it. Like, I click. And it's probably why I like, you know, like, artists like King Dude and stuff. Like, they, for me, they evoke that same emotion.
Okay.
You know, maybe ISO acoustic. I would never put it past.
That could be hectic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
I would say I want to touch on rap. So Wu-Tang Clan would definitely be number 4.
Protect your neck.
Protect your neck.
Always.
Clan's at the front.
Yeah.
Being horrendously white like I am, like I don't know, like rap was always like, hip hop was always like taboo, but I just love how thought provoking it is, and how their lyrics are like second to none.
Yeah.
And they're so aggressive. They're so young, and they just wanted to definitely just like be this polarizing, like violent force.
Yeah.
In like that like era where it was like the industry was trying to commercialize hip hop and trying to market it and trying to censor it. They were just like, you know what? Here's the most fucked shit.
Yeah.
Here's, you know, talk like the interlude, like skit breaks of them talking about like, you know, cutting their tongues off and like sticking a rusty screwdriver, like where you don't want to put it. Like they were, and that Wu-Tang definitely absolutely like ignited a fire in me to go find every bit of hip hop, and I'm like such a hip hop nerd for it. Like anything 90s boom bap, like Mobb Deep, Big L, Nas, Grave Diggers, like anything like that, I'm fucking all about. And I love modern like woke rap sort of stuff, like Joey Badass, J. Cole, Kendrick's a diamond. Yeah, love. He's great. My favorite modern guy is probably Big Sean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sick.
Like
he did a song with Post Malone recently.
Yeah. That whole that album is like that was my favorite record of last year.
Fuck yeah, cool.
Yeah, Detroit too.
Sick. I think it's interesting that Wu-Tang is like in your top 5, because to me they have always came across as like if a rap group was a hardcore band.
100%, but that's like that boom bap 90s stuff.
Yeah.
They're hardcore.
Yeah, they just didn't give a fuck, and it was like once the Biggie Tupac feud kind of died off, and they're like, all right, how can we make the most money off of this? They're like, fuck your money. We're just gonna do whatever we want to do, and I think that's tough as fuck.
And like Jared will hate hearing this, but like I never really got into Biggie or Tupac.
Okay.
Because they were like more that like they make amazing music and they're nice and stuff, but they were really good lyricists and really like upbeat like beats.
Yeah.
But it was the 90s like dark boom bap. They're like just aggressive. It's hardcore.
Yeah.
It is hardcore without the guitars.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah.
But I definitely agree with you when you say that.
Yeah. Just like the mentality and attitude is like a hardcore band, which is
they were genuinely pissed off.
Yeah. Yeah. With every right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking sick.
100%.
Yeah.
being black in America in the 90s would have fucking sucked.
Yeah.
Being black in America today sucks. So
yeah.
they got every right.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And I think like going back to the Tupac Biggie thing, I fuck with Biggie, but Tupac I prefer Machiavelli over Tupac.
True.
It just seemed to be more like commercially friendly, like how to get all the, like even in like Tupac documentaries, they're talking about how to get the white kids in on rap, but Machiavelli was kind of just like different name. He wasn't trying to market it as a Tupac album. It was more real for what he wanted to create.
And even touching on the white kids in rap, it's why I never liked Eminem.
Yeah.
Like he had like the problematic lyrics about like hating women and like killing your mum, and that it was marketed towards people like me, like white kids. I was like, oh, this is what hip hop is. Yeah. I was like, this fucking sucks.
I think it put a bad taste in people's mouths.
Yeah, so I was just like, oh, I'm gonna listen to like, maybe if I had been exposed to like more real hip hop, I would have maybe liked it like a lot sooner.
Yeah.
But no, yeah.
Not Eminem.
Not Eminem, no.
Cool, and then 5.
5th, probably Nails.
Fuck yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, Nails are like the coolest band. They're so cool. They're just again, like I'm big on like sonically. Yeah. They're just for me still like the heaviest band ever.
Fuck yeah.
Like just ripping HM2s, like lyrically, like they are aggressive and unapologetic, and they sort of say like what you want to say. They want to talk about like real shit, and they want to go pretty hard and say fuck you to everybody.
Yeah.
Like stuff that I would never say because I'm nice. Mixed with the fact that they blended that HM2 sound where it was like, oh, it's like a low budget power violence band, but they're also really sonically hard.
Fuck yeah.
They did everything right. Artwork's amazing. Image is amazing. I saw them play. I got to see them play, which is like one of my best. They played for 20 minutes.
Okay.
On a headlining show at
sick.
Crowbar, and I was like, fuck. Yes.
That's so sick. Yeah.
And everyone was so upset because they only played for 20 minutes, and I was like, you don't get it.
Yeah, that's hardcore.
That's it.
Yeah.
To play 20 minutes and then go, fuck you, I'm going back.
Yeah.
Like, I'm done.
Yeah, you got your show.
You got your show.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't skip. They played all the goodies.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Because their songs are like a minute long.
Yeah.
They played like...
Pump them out.
I'm just like, this is it. And like, hearing him talk, Todd Jones, about like him blending like family and work. Like that's his number one priority, and he also like has a job where he can work whatever he wants and do music, and he has so much control, and it's his fucking shit, and he's like, I'm like, I respect every part of Nails.
Fuck yeah, sick.
Like, sick band.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, even like as much as going and playing a headliner and only playing 20 minutes, it's like that's literally what it would have been like back in the day, like seeing a Gorilla Biscuits show or something, or like a Gigi Allen and the Murder Junkie show would have been like maybe half a song and they get shut down.
100%.
Yeah.
I don't like. Why the fuck do they have to play an hour-long set?
Yeah, exactly. If you're there to see like killer tunes, whether they be new stuff or old stuff, like as long as you're getting it.
If I'm headlining a show and I want to play for 5 minutes, I'm playing for 5 minutes. Like, fans try and dictate so much of what artists do.
I think it's the overall expectation of what...
Don't read the comments.
Yeah.
Don't look at the likes.
Yeah.
Don't look at anything. Write music that you and your mates like. Like, make it real, make it authentic.
Yeah.
Play the set list you want. Be a fucking nice human being.
Yeah.
And that's fucking music.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Don't listen to people talking about your old music's better, your new's better. Just fucking...
Just do what feels right creatively. Yeah, because it's art. It's all art. The art's subjective.
You can hear it when someone's faking it.
Yeah.
When someone's not actually like talking about what they want to talk about, and it's just like they're doing that fucking 7th record about the ocean. You know, it doesn't sound too
real.
Yeah. You know.
I think in the last couple of years, I've really discovered one band in particular for me that is like super raw emotionally, and you can feel every part of it, and that's the Gift Horse.
Shout out to Matt
Back,
Bark.
yeah, what a
Bark.
fucking legend.
Shane Collins forever.
Yeah.
I saw their last show. That's yeah, they're the fucking
incredible.
Shit. They're the fucking shit. I remember going to see Gift Horse shows and like not appreciating what I was seeing for so many years. They're such a fucking awesome band.
Yeah. They're like constantly a bunch of songs are in my top played songs of this year, and when it comes on, just like the Royal Oak Hotel just fucking hits different.
Bruh.
Yeah.
No, that's one of Brisbane's fucking hidden gems.
Yeah. I said in the episode it was Zashin that they should have been a band that was like on par with Amity at the time.
Yeah, but they didn't want to do the thing. Like they wanted to do them. They wanted to be authentic.
I think that's like the best thing for them. But I wish they had got the recognition that
and like
Amity has.
Yeah, and like no shade to Amity.
No,
definitely. Like love Troy.
Yeah.
But like they didn't want to do that thing.
Yeah.
And you got to respect bands that do that like authentically.
Yeah.
Gift Horse, fucking sick band.
Incredible band. Probably Brisbane's best band. In my opinion. I'll put that out there. That's my opinion.
I think about it. If I was more awake, I maybe could think about another band, but no.
Okay.
I'll go with Gift Horse being the best. Yeah.
Cool. Fuck yeah.
Definitely sick band.
Yeah, definitely.
Good people.
Yeah. Yeah, Matt's a fucking legend.
Yep.
Via Studios, best studios in Brisbane.
Via Studios. I'll never practice anywhere else.
Nope. They're the fucking best. Cool. Well, thanks for doing it, man. We'll just hit your socials and anything you want to promote.
Find ISO on Instagram, ISOHC, Isolation HC. We're on Spotify, Bandcamp, YouTube,
Apple Music.
Apple Music.
The guy in the yellow shirt.
Yeah. Someone has our Apple Music account.
Yeah.
Yeah, and find us there. Thank you.
Yeah. Sick. Thank you.
Thank you, John, for letting me talk.
Anytime. That's it. Another week, another episode of the podcast. A huge thanks to Ash for doing the podcast. He's welcome back whenever. The longer I'm doing these, the more I'm learning, not just about the people on the podcast, but how to record these and how to edit these. So I want to give a huge thank you to anyone who listens every single week. And if this is your first episode you've listened to, thank you. Go check out all the others and tell a friend and check it out. Help grow this thing. Support the local scene. And you can follow the podcast on Facebook and Instagram at Heavy Sweater Podcast, and subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and Podbean at Heavy Sweater Podcast. I've also got a link tree that I put on every single Facebook post, and it's in my Instagram bio that will take you to whichever platform you desire to listen on. And unfortunately, the show I was talking about last week is currently up in the air due to the current lockdown situation. So no show this Friday now. But I'll have another podcast next week up, next Wednesday, every Wednesday, so come back. Thanks.